Good morning, everybody. It is December the 11th. Today, we're going to be working with bands. So you need at least two, one for your arms, one for your legs. But if you have three, that's great because you can change weights on your arms, change the resistance weight on your arms. And you're going to need a chair. We are going to be working without music today. And yes, you can do these exercises without shoes because instead of putting it on your arch, you're going to be putting it under your toe box and your foot will be planted firmly on the floor if we do any of those exercises. So to start off with, we're going to sit down and we're going to start our warm-up up with doing 20 seated jacks. And then we're going to add a band to our legs and go from there. So everything's going to be more or less a count kind of thing. The opening is going to be a count kind of thing. And then we're going to get into timed drills. So we're going to have intervals of where we're doing things with a few seconds to recover and then go back into them. All right. So let's start with our seated jacks. Remember, you want to be lifting the legs and take them out. You do not have, your feet do not have to leave the floor. You can slide them back and forth like this if you want to. And then on the arms, start with the upper and then change to this when you need to. And some sort of combination of that is going to be totally fine. So we'll start with 20. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to go ahead and get a band for legs. I want you to put your heaviest band on. Whatever loop size you use, make sure you know which one is the heaviest, and go ahead and get that above your knees at thigh level. Same thing, we're going to be doing open and close here, whatever you want to do with your arms. If it bothers you to have it too close to the knee, then take it up just a little bit. Not where you're going to cut off circulation, but you have the shorter lever, so it will allow you to go a little wider. So find your comfort spot. Everybody ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, rock on that just a little bit because we're going to stand up and do the same thing. So now we're going from seated to standing. Now, you can do actual jumping jacks or do step jacks. I do not care. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pick up a band for arms. I'm probably going to stay with my lightest weight one. And so now we're going to essentially be doing power jacks. Keeping your arms across your body. Just grab hold of it and you open and close while we're jumping or stepping or whatever it is. However you want to hold the band. Literally, if you want to hold the band this way and just pull on it or wrap your hands in it, does not matter. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, shake it out. Roll those shoulders a little bit. We're going to be doing our time drill, and the first drill that we're going to do is the upright bow and arrow. So you'll take your left arm straight up, put the band on your palm, your arm is straight up, and your head can go, your other arm goes diagonally across your head. So you got a straight arm here, and you're just going to pull down while you have your arm braced. Okay? If you need to modify, you can come forward a little bit, but don't come here because that's a whole different set of exercises we're going to do. So straight arm up. We're going to do it for 30 seconds, and then we're going to switch the other arm, switch back, and then do hip hinges. So that's going to be our 7-minute interval, okay? Here. Yeah, you know what we'll do? We'll do here, hip hinges, here, hip hinges. That way we give our shoulders just a little bit of chance to recover. All right. And I've got this over here by me so that I can control it and just go from there. All right. 5-second countdown, arm straight up. Here we go. You're just going to pull down. Don't try to run this race. Well, heck, I don't know what happened there. Pardon me, just a second. Why did it do that? Now I know where I have to go edit, you guys. Just a second. I've got to make sure this is fixed. Oh, I know what I did. I juxtaposed my work and my rounds. I gave us 28 rounds at 6 seconds each. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. My apologies. Okay, wait, ready? 5-second countdown. Here we go. So hold that arm nice and straight. You can bring the arm out. You can bring it down. So you're bracing with the top hand and just doing a nice steady pull. Adjust your hand as needed. During the break, if you decide you need to get, for instance, say a washcloth to pad your hand, certainly welcome to do so. Hold this down. Switch to the right hand and the left arm down. And get ready. There we go. Again, if you need to modify, you can push it out just a little bit. You can take it farther over. It just depends on what your shoulders are doing. But we're starting with the very overhead part, and then we're going to work our way down through the arms. We're going to go to hip hinges next. So fold those arms down and in. Roll those hips back, tuck that belly button here. And just come, make sure your knees are wide apart. And let's find our hamstrings for the first, 10 seconds. We're going to do this a lot, so let's get those hamstrings stretched out first. Upper body needs to be looking out at 45. And let's begin a very gentle pulse right here. Focus on feeling what's going on in the back of your legs here and how your lumbar is feeling. Roll it up. Go back to left arm up. Right arm pull down. Here we go. Again, just getting the overhead done and out of the way. Good. And fold your arm down, little roll real quick. Get that right arm ready. Take it up. Bend the elbow. Here we go. Steady pace, looking good. Good job, guys. Going into hip hinge next. Fold it down. Roll your shoulders. Okay, roll those hips back. Tuck that belly button in. Pay attention to your lumbar. Level up here. And let's just begin a little pulse again on this time. And as you're pulsing, just seat your rear end back a little further, kind of get down into it. Good. You're bracing, make sure you brace high on your legs, not at your knees. Chest is open, so you can breathe. And let's roll it up. All right. Close those out, shake your legs out just a little bit. Okay. Now, we're going to put our hands through, and you have two choices here. This is just counting down. We have a 30-second cool down. You can either pull here in front of you, nice and high, or you can pull behind your head. And it's not a big pull. It's what you can manage, and you can actually do both of them. If you want to do a little one or two here, and then one or two here. So this will be the harder of the ones that we're going to do. And we're going to actually alternate because it's a 6-round. We're going to do the overhead and then the hip hinges, overhead and hip hinges. So you give your shoulders a chance to recover. We're not going to do 2 in a row. And here we go. So remember, you can be in front or behind. And I'm going to do a mix of both. I'm going to do a couple in front, and then I'm going to do a couple behind. And I'm going to slow it down so I can control what I'm doing. I'm not trying to get in a million of them. Paying careful attention to what my shoulders are telling me. Making sure I'm keeping my head up straight. Okay, widen that knees a little bit. Sit back in your hips. And let's go down and up. Just a nice steady pace. Down and halfway up. Down and halfway up. Good. Head and chest are up and open so that you can breathe. Tucking that belly button down towards your thighs. Good. Roll it up. Okay, we're going to go back to our band pull. In front of your head, behind your head. How grip is whatever you want it to be. Go slower. I'm going to mix mine. Do a couple in front and a couple in back. So again, when you go behind your head, try not to duck your chin forward. This is about getting those arms behind you. If you need to, you could cheat and be a little higher on your head. So we've got all of these modifications. Roll your arms down, shoulders, and then hips. Now open those knees. Right here, roll, tuck your hips, belly button, and down and up, halfway. Good. Giving our shoulders a chance to recover. Bracing them kind of high on my hips and just letting them roll forward. Now the shoulders are rolled forward. I still have my lumbar tucked in towards my thighs, but I'm letting my shoulders relax while I'm here. Hands in the hips kind of forms a little counter leverage. All right. Last set of pulls. Lift your grip however you need to be. Here we go. Good. I'm really starting to feel my triceps on this, which is a good thing. It's kind of hard to get your triceps to activate like you want them to sometimes. And roll it down. Widen those knee stance. Hips back, tuck your belly button in, head up, chin up, and down and up. I'm going a little shorter on my down and up this time. Just kind of sitting in there, trying to, again, find the feel of my hamstrings so I can kind of push into that area. And breathing. And roll it up. All right, go ahead and close those legs up. Shake out, roll your shoulders. Pick up your heels. Okay. Yeah, your band's going to roll up and be squirrely. That's just what bands do. They roll up and be squirrely. I'm going to grab my water. And yes, it's my son going out for a walk. And our cool down is done. All right, so next thing we're going to have our hands here with our thumbs out. And you're just going to kind of keep it low. And no, you don't kind of keep it low. You definitely keep it low because you want it to be through the shoulders. If you raise it up here, it is still through the shoulders, but I want it really right here so you can kind of feel it underneath your shoulder blade through your upper mid back. All right. And the reason why we do thumbs out is because we do this all the time. So we want thumbs out. Keep it slow and steady. And here we go. 5-second countdown. Again, those will be intervals. So if you just keep it low, keep the band essentially right there at shoulder level, and just do that little bit of a pull, focusing on what are your shoulder blades doing. So it doesn't have to be a lot. Just keep it down. Gentle, don't try to crunch through this. And this is much different than having your hands the other direction. All right, roll it down. Go a little wider if you can. Get those knees pushed out with it. Let's go ahead and sit into our hips. Tuck that belly button. And pulse. Again, brace your arms fairly high and just use that movement of your upper body to kind of get that little bit of a stretch going on there. Good. Find the hamstring in your legs. And let's roll it up. All right. Thumbs out, arms low, thumbs out. Your arms will be tucked into your body. They're not going way out there. They're keeping it close. Basically, as you pull, you want to take your shoulder blades towards your spine. Yes, you will feel this in your biceps. Good. I'm going to slow it down, try to make my pull a little longer. And then go ahead and just push out and roll it down, shoulders. All right, here we go. Roll the hips, tuck the belly button. And pulse. You can go slower if you need to. Good. Getting that little stretch on in the arms. Just got to put up there pretty high on your hips. And we're getting ready to roll it up. And one last round of thumbs out. Pull it apart. All right. But now you decide to be chatty. My band is talking to me. Good. And out and down. Okay, bring the legs in just a little bit and let's focus on sitting further back into our hips, getting relatively low, and just pulsing right there. We call this camping position. You're breathing. And get ready to roll it up. Ooh, roll those shoulders, bring those legs in, shake your legs out. Then go ahead and do a couple of heel lifts. And I'm just going to reset. All right, So next up, we're gonna be doing bow and arrow arms. The first one we're gonna be doing is where your arm is straight. So you're gonna hold your hand right here to your armpit, or actually take this arm straight out and pull it back to your armpit. So you're gonna pull for 4 with your right arm. Then you're gonna hold here and push for 4 with your left arm. Then you're gonna pull for 4 and push for 4. So we're doing 2 things at the same time. We're pulling with one and pushing with another. It's very important that your arm is out to the side, directly here, and not here when you're doing that push, and that your hand is very close to where your armpit is to start with. So let me get this ready. And we're rolling. Left arm straight out. Right arm is going to pull for 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You're going to pull it back and stay here. 4, pull it in, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay there. 1, 2, 3. Stay here, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And go ahead and bring it down. We're going to do hip hinges again. Let's sit back into there. At this point, you can widen your stance. You can see how low you can go, or you can put your legs closer together and sit back. It's about chasing that part where you need to feel what's going on. Good. And roll it up. We're going to the right arm this time. So right arm is straight. Left arm is at the armpit. Pull for 4, then push for 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hold it here. Now push. 1, 2, 3. Hold it here. Now pull. 1, 2, 3. Hold it here. Now push. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go ahead and roll it down because we've done the same amount we did on the other side. Let's bring our feet into shoulder width here, and we're just going to work on sitting back into our hips. Going low, sitting back, only go as low as you can. And we're going to pulse here. You want to imagine the movement being where your gluteus maximus is. Good. And let's roll it up. All right. Get both hands in. We're going to pull, come to center. So we're going to push both ways. So ready? Push, come to center, push, come to center, push, push. And if the band slips and goes a different direction, that's okay. Mine started out on the inside of my hands and rolled to make this more efficient for me. So you're always just doing a push, 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 push. Good. One here and one more. All right, roll it down. All right, go wide as you can with this. Keep those knees even with the feet. Sit back into it. There we go. Now focus on dropping the hips and bringing them back up. Dropping the hips, bringing them back up. Drop and bring it up. Good. Nice. And roll it up. Walk it in. Shake those legs out. Shoulders. Pick up the heels. It's the heel picking up that gets me. All right, get a water if you need it. Turn my handy dandy fan on. All right, how's everybody doing with the arms? I hope you're doing okay. You're modifying when you can. Just keeping it straightforward is a thing. Okay, now we're going to be doing our bow and arrow to the front. So we did it straight out to the side, so we're working in this area. Now we're going to be doing it to the front. We're going to start with our left arm long and pull back. So you're here, pulling it back to your armpit, and then we will push. So we'll do our push-pull for 4. So you're going to start with your hand here. Try to keep it as straight in front of you as you can. A lot of times we do 45, and if you need to cheat that direction, it's okay. I'm not going to be mad. But get in front of you and pull. 1, 2, 3. Hold it here and push. It's almost sideways. 2, 3. More of a tricep. And hold. And pull. 2, 3. And hold. Push. 2, 3. And hold. Pull one more time. 1, 2, 3. And bring it down. All right, let's take the band below knees real quick. Get it on the big part of your calves. Go wide. Here we go. Sit and all the way up. So you're going to push and bring the shoulders up. Good. Make sure you're able to breathe. Feet are parallel. Good. Keep your chin on sort of the gyroscope so you're always relatively level to where we're going. All right. Right arm is straight out in front of you. And I constantly had to correct my shoulders because I wanted to do like this. Here we go. Pull. 2, 3. And hold. Now push. 2, 3. And hold. And pull. 2, 3. And hold. And push. 2, 3. And hold. Now pull. 2, 3. And done. All right. Feet are parallel. Inch them out a little bit further if you can. I think I've reached the point of no return on my band. Here we go. Hips and belly button. Tuck it in and all the way up. Go as far down as you can and all the way up. As far as you can. Yes, your knees will bend at this point, as long as you're not jutting out way over your toes. All right, back to our left set of arms. Again, it's going to be push and in, push and in. So you're just going to kind of rotate through the band here. Ready? Push and push. Push and push. Push and push. 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 Good. 2 more. Okay, not 2 more. Thought it was closer than that. Now 2 more. This one and this one. All right, one last set of legs. Get my band equidistant here. Let's go down as low as you can go and pulse there. So you're going to be here and pulsing. If you need to, you come up a little bit, get the blood flowing again, and go back down into the pulse. Be mindful of your knees. Get a little breath if you need to, and come back down. Right. And roll it up. Bring those legs in again. Little heel lift. All right. And you get to take this band off for the moment. So we can do biceps. Now, if you've got 2 or 3 bands and you're doing biceps and you want to use your heavier one, that's great. I've got 3. I've got my small, medium, and large. And I'm probably going to start with my heavy one. Ooh, forgot that's what we're gonna do. So cranky. You actually get to sit down, and if you have a medium band, I'm gonna say put that one on your legs at your thighs, okay? And use your heavier one for the biceps. So you're giving yourself a challenge. I know I told you to take it off, but you're putting a whole nother one on, maybe. I don't know. So what we're gonna do is you are going to put the band under your toe box, not under your arch, because that will pull in and cut. And then you will take your hand, scoop it forward, your fingers coming towards your computer, and then you will pull up just right here. Now, if you've got your heaviest band on, it's going to be a bit of work to do. So have your opposite arm bracing behind the elbow, and you're just going to pull and return. So basically, it's a little bit of a power lift. If you need to shift to a different band, that's okay. But once we get done doing this, we're going to unhook the band and just do open close. So we're working on the hip flexors. And then we will switch feet, do it again. Yeah, and then we're going to change this one up just a smidge. I'm going to add onto here because we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to add a couple of more rounds to this. This is going to be actually a longer round. 8, 9. Okay, got it. Because math is a thing, you guys. So we're going to pull, and then do open, close, pull, pull, open, close, and then we're going to cross pull, and then open, close. So we're going to actually combine one of the sets into a 9-minute thing or a 6-minute thing, something like that. Okay, so if you've got the band under your toes, go ahead and scoop, brace, and then do that slow, strong lift. If you need to go to the side, you can actually just press your elbow to the side, and that will work just as sufficiently, and you won't be jamming your elbow into the top of your knee. And you're probably, if you are using your heavier band, you just want to try to lift it as high as you can. Nobody's racing here. You feel it in your arm, you feel it in the back of your shoulder, literally under my shoulder blades where I'm feeling it. And then go ahead and switch the band to the other foot and your hand, the other arm, other arm. Actually, I've got mine right by my knee with my hand bracing. And I'm just going to do that slow lift. I'm not letting my shoulder drop. So I'm not letting the band just pull my shoulder down like this. I'm keeping my upper body square to my knees and making my arm work very, very hard. So on the countdown, take the band off your foot and get it completely free. Just hold it in your hands. Take it off. Sit up. Open, close. Try to lift your feet a little bit. Keep your knees and your heels aligned. So you don't want to be doing this when we do open, close. Sit up straight. Open, close. Open, close. Open, close. Adjust your band as you need to. Mine's talking to me. Open, close. If top of the thigh doesn't work for you, next round you can roll it to below knee. But I wanted just to start with the easier lever to kind of get everything warmed up here. Good. All right, go back to the left foot. Get it right under the toe box. Scoop your hand in, brace to the outside, and lift as high as you can. Ready, steady. And of course, you lift it slow, you lower it slow. Keep that wrist sturdy and straight. Don't let it hang like broken wrist syndrome, okay? And I'm relaxing my grip at the bottom. And go ahead and switch it to the right foot, baby. Hand in, come up and brace, square those shoulders. And here we go. Lift and down. Lift and down. Control. Keep that wrist strong. I mean, you can do like this, but you will hurt your, you can mess up things in there. Those little bitty bones work better when they're working together and not crunching on each other. And take this off. So you have the option above the knees or below the knees. I'm going to go with calves on it this time. Here we go. Sit up nice and tall. And open, close. Definite, definite, definite. Make that little pause and come back. Pause and return. Good. Right. Bring this back up real quick. Put it under your foot, but you're going to put it in the opposite hand because you're going to pull across. So you're going to be pulling with the right hand while it's under your left foot. Yeah, just bring that elbow, like think lawnmower, but not. Focus here is the movement of the muscles underneath your scapula. Right there, coming off your spine in the back, underneath your shoulder blade. That's where a lot of this is going. Of course, your abs are working too, because you're pulling against them. And your rectus spinae, they're working. And switch it to the other foot. And then switch it to the other hand. Make sure you get your bracing going in. And your hands are actually curled towards you now. Here we go. Pulling it elbow out. Good. Shoulders are still square. The movement below your shoulder blade. That's what I want you to be thinking. Where am I feeling that? Am I feeling it there? And if you're not feeling it there, that's okay. That's generally speaking. Pull this up. Take this to where you want it to be for one last time of open and close. Sit up tall. Open and close. Good. All right. Sit there for just a second. Let me get this reset. Okay. All right. The last things we're going to do is we're going to do knee lifts. What other thing you have on there? Oh, and abs. So I would recommend band at below knees or thighs, either way, because you're going to be doing this, and the band just helps you keep your legs together. And then have your lighter band. So we'll be doing knee lifts. And then on the round after that, we will be doing abs, where you're just sitting back and you're just pulsing with your hands while your legs are being held there. And of course, you have to make sure to take them out to ab position, which is toes just beyond, sitting up nice. And you're doing a double pulse. You're pulsing into your abs, and your hands have just a little low pulse. You want to make sure they're low and close, so they're not out, they're not aimed. You just want that little pulse right through here. So it's the double pulse here and with the band. So first things first, knee lifts. That's why I took the band off my hand. You can do a reverse sit-up add on if you wanted to, which is where you're holding on. You do here, here, and here. I am going to move my band up. For me, it's going to work better to help me corral my legs and keep them closed. So you can do this, or you can just simply do your knee lift. But remember to control the going down part. It's not lift and drop. It's lift and lower. All right. Here we go. 5-second countdown. Oh, if I don't want us doing 9 rounds, let me change that real quick because nobody wants to do 9 rounds, especially not me. Okay, here we go. 5-second countdown. Knee lifts first. Knee lifts or back reverse sit up. What do you want to choose to do? Once I got myself balanced, that's when I let go. So I am trying to sit in a little bit of a V as I bring my knees up and lower them. If you need to hold on to keep your back in good position, totally fine. If you need to do a gentle psychological assist by putting your hands there, they're not actually pulling unless you reach down there and grab them. But sometimes just having your hand resting there tells your legs that they can do it. All right, heels under knees, take those toes out, get the band right here, sit up nice and tall, roll back to your 80, and we're going to pulse and pull at the same time. Double pulse, pulsing with your abs, pulsing with the band. If this is too much for you, put the band down and do pulse with your abs. And remember, you're really not wanting to go back more than 80. So you kind of have to think of where your hips are. There you go. Ooh, yeah, I'm feeling that. The movements are small. All right. Get yourself set. Knee raises or reverse sit-ups. I do the first one, get myself balanced, and then I don't use my arms, and that's okay. You can use your arms. Good. All right, heels, toes, roll your hips forward, tuck your belly button towards your thighs, bring the band here, shoulders lean back into 80. And here we go, we're pulsing with a little tiny pull. And breathing, don't forget to breathe. All right. All right, last set of lift and lower or reverse sit-ups, whatever you choose to do. And then we'll do one more round of pulsing, and then we're going to stretch. Yay. All right, heels, toes, hips forward, get your band ready. Hips are forward, shoulders go back to that 80 degrees. And we're just gonna do this little pulse right through here, double pulse. Good. It's the final countdown. Go ahead and get this guy off of your legs. Set your bands behind you. Cast your cares away and worry for another day. I'm going to take your legs out to 45. I'm going to start with the lumbar for the release with that. So you're going to roll those hips forward, taking your belly button right here. And you're going to start there first, looking up at with your chin. And just let your back talk to your lumbar for a moment. Say it's okay. Do a little mental petting. All right, so we're going to take a breath. Keeping your chin level, you're going to just roll right into here. Stop at that halfway point. Relax your toes and wiggle them because they started gripping the carpet when you started leaning forward. And let's just relax our arms so that our elbows are now resting. And again, you want to make sure your lumbar is in good position. This is where we're trying to get some of the stretch. Do a little half breath up. And we're going to just roll down a little further again, trying to keep the chin out and away from the floor. We've gone into inner thighs and still low back. Breathe halfway up. And let your arms go down. And your head can go to neutral. And then let your arms support you if you're reaching the floor. And let your low back relax. Wiggle your toes just to make sure that they're not taking away from that support. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbow up, roll with the chin first. And then just let your spine restack itself as your hips roll back. Let's do that little side to side move where you're picking up your hip and trying to tuck it into the bottom of your rib cage. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you're going to roll forward and then tuck your belly button to your spine. Roll forward, tuck your belly button to your spine. One more. Forward and tuck. Let's go ahead and stretch the arms. So we're going to do the elbow to the knee. Once you get straight up, this arm can go straight and here. So you're pressing with your right arm against your leg, reaching with your left arm, and turn and look up at your thumb and back at your pinky. And hold this stretch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold that left arm down and go ahead and bring yourself up. And we're going to do 4 of our rocks. We're trying to tuck our hip into our rib cage. 2, 3, 4. And go to the left arm. Take that right arm up. Straighten that left arm. Press down. And then go ahead and look up at your thumb and towards your pinky. And we'll hold this position for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold the left arm in, right arm in, sorry. Roll yourself up. And then again, 4 of those hip tucks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, bring your feet in towards shoulder width, hip width, shoulder width. Arms are low to the chair, right where if you can do where your seat meets the back. And we're just going to pull the arms. Shoulders don't have to roll back any further than they are right now. We're just going to do a pull for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fold the elbows and come back. Go about halfway up if you can. This is where you will need to roll those shoulders towards your spine. And we're going to tuck our chin for this one. So tuck your chin and give it a little stretch out there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll your chin up. Fold your arms and just kind of press back into that and just let your head rest on that little yoke you just created back there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide your hands down. All right, we've got to stretch our shoulders a little bit more. So we're going to bring the left arm across, keep it straight, and you're going to just lock your right arm behind in the in the upper part of the arm behind the elbow. And you're going to hold it here nice and tall for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're just going to let that slide down and roll the shoulders once you get there. And then this right arm is long. You're going to fold the left arm behind that elbow and pull it in and hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then straighten this armlet. Slide down. We're going to do one more stretch back. You're going to go high on your chair this time. So kind of lean into it. Roll those shoulders in and chin up this time for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chin to neutral. Bend those elbows up and back and just kind of slouch into this arch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your hands slide down. Roll yourself up into a good sitting position. And I'm going to say thank you, gang, for joining me. I know it was one of our off days, but I hope it was a good workout for you. We will see you next time.